What's going on, all of you beautiful people? Thank you for stopping here today to the channel where we carry on with the anime journey, which includes me reacting to animes for the first time, as well as a bunch of anime openings. I've tried to get them done whenever I have the chance to do so. I've uploaded a couple of them over to YouTube. I've had an absolute blast with all of them, and now I think this is round 3 of some anime opening reactions. This round's a bit of a combination because I've been reacting to several shows, still on the One Piece journey, currently on season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and just finished up Solo Leveling, which was crazy. Everyone knows how crazy that show and its ending was, and did a binge of that and finished that up. All those reactions are completely full and uncut over on the Patreon, which is linked in the description. Musings of Michael. Promise I am working on YouTube uploads. I know it's been inconsistent. I promise there have been external factors that have had to do with that, but I'm absolutely working on some YouTube uploads, some edited versions of those reactions. About to start a new show as well because I did just finish Solo Leveling. Also going to be finishing Jujutsu Kaisen pretty soon, so going to be a couple new shows coming into the mix. I mention all that because it's relevant, right? Some of you guys have been waiting for some of those YouTube uploads for those shows, so I wanted to address that. But also, there's some openings that I waited to watch until I was done. Like the Solo Leveling openings, I waited to watch those till I was done. So we're going to watch and react to those openings. The Jujutsu Kaisen opening, I waited to watch for the first one. We're gonna watch that here, and then of course I took a lot of your comments from the last couple of openings videos that I made, and we're gonna check out a few openings from some of the suggestions that some people left in the comments from the last 2 videos once again. And once again, leave some more comments with suggestions for more openings, and I'll check them out. I'll put together another list for the next openings reaction video. That will come sooner than later. And yeah, guys, all that out the way, I don't want to hold you. We're here for these to watch these openings for the first time. I'm gonna start off with the stuff that I've been watching recently on the channel, that I've been just itching to get to, and that's the openings of the shows that I've been watching. I'm gonna start with Jujutsu Kaisen, which I believe is the very first opening. Jujutsu Kaisen opening, it's called Kaiten by Eve. If I pronounced that correctly, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I just finished up season 1 of this show. I have watched the ending already. Pretty chill ending of the show. I've had some comments to my reaction saying I was clear to watch the ending, no spoilers, but there might have been some spoilers in the opening, so it was a good idea that I waited. But all that being said, watching this one for the first time, let's jump into it. Fish. The homies, the besties. Okay, so all my friends are here. My panda friend, and I don't remember his. When I was watching the show, I kept calling him Mekamuro, which was not his name. That was like the robot's name. If you know, you know. So I don't want to butcher his name this time around. I love him. And then like him unleashing the speaking ability, because previously he would only talk. Well, he can only really talk in like food ingredients, right? It like says like sushi and things like that, and it's so great. I'm okay, cool. Just him like rolling down an escalator casually. Everyone's kind of on their own doing their thing. Also, the song's really great. I like how it opens up kind of large, but then it really starts to scale back to try and just sort of ease you into the feel of the show, which I feel like is some of the show's vibes, right? Because it opens up like and then it slows down right here. It's like, wait, the show's about its characters. So let's show all the characters to a cool montage. And that's cool, man. That's cool. The GOAT! My father! Oh man, this is cool. I know not everyone loves when I stop it a bunch, but hey, this one's a little more personal because I've watched the first season, so I have to. I love the way they're using reflection. This is not so much reflection as much as like who's able to see these curses, especially with like her backstory and getting her backstory, but him seeing the reflection of Sakuna. I love the way they did that with her in the glasses, and then him and Sakuna in the train of reflection. That's so cool, man. Also, it's kind of like because when you go, for anyone that like rides trains, particularly like public transportation, when you're outside, you don't really get a reflection. Obviously, you get the reflection when you go underground. So it's almost like he sees Sakuna when he goes underground. It's a little bit of that, speaking to that darkness a little bit. Also, shout out to Gojo, my father, my top tier character of all time of any show I've ever seen. Ever, I need more and more and more. Oh. This guy. Unzip the mouth. The girlfriend guy. He loves women and best friends. I forgot his name. Okay. Oh man, that was so good. That was really great. And again, I have the perspective of having seen the first season. Okay, I wanted to stop it a couple more times though. I just wanted to let it play out at the end there. Him unzipping the sort of, or releasing his mouth, releasing that power. I'm kind of glad I didn't watch the opening because I would have been waiting for him to do that once I met him when they were getting into the whole school exchange arc and stuff, and before they finally revealed like how cool he, like those crazy powers he has. A lot of the characters, not all of them, there's a lot of characters in that first season. That's like one of my things that I've caught on to from this show is they would throw a bunch of characters at you. But the song was really great. The movement for the whole thing was great. The way they focused it and gave so many characters just moments. Because to me, again, this show really have like reliant on its characters for the parts of it that make it most enjoyable. Right? Who you spend? You're gonna spend some time with Fushiguro here. You're gonna spend some time with some of these curses, right? You're gonna spend some time with Gojo this time, like who you know, like obviously Itadori, Nobara. The show is just I've had such a good time with it. I'm about to start season 2 very shortly, so stick around for that as well. And yeah, we watched this. Had a great time. Little Mojito appearance in there too. Just like, again, just such a vast array of characters. We're jumping into, speaking of reactions, I reacted to all of Solo Leveling. And I had to just binge watch that show because it's impossible not to binge watch, and it was happening in real time, and I wanted to be caught up with everybody and have the conversations with my friends and stuff about the show. And so yeah, I've reacted to all of that one as well. So, but I didn't watch any of the openings. One thing that I did really notice when I pulled up these songs, we're gonna watch the endings as well. Oh, there are 2 seasons, aren't there? There were 2 seasons. I watched that show. Yeah, there are 2 seasons. I watched the show so fast that it all felt like one season. There's absolutely 2 seasons, and that's what we're watching. We're watching the opening and the ending to both the first and second season. But like I was trying to say, the thing I really noticed about Solo Leveling when I pulled up the openings that I did not know is they had some real major K-pop artists to make these songs. And I say that as someone who, for anyone that doesn't know, I have another channel that I've had well before this channel. It's my main channel that really gave me the opportunity to be a full-time creator where I react to music and just talk lots about music over there. And we've been up there for 4 years now or something like that. And I've checked out a lot of these artists. I've checked out TXT is on this song, and then I think we've got Stray Kids and Lisa on the next song. I've checked out these artists before, and like lots of songs from these artists. So it's really exciting to see these artists being a part of a show that was I know such a huge moment, right? Like I saw the stats, the Crunchyroll stats of Solo Leveling, like being like the most interacted with show ever, like as far as likes go or views go or something like that. I think it's likes, but I essentially consider that like that's interaction. That's fans interacting with a show. And I know it beat like the craziest shows ever, right? Like One Piece and Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. Like that's crazy, man. It doesn't mean it's better than those shows. It just means that like it's having an all-time moment as far as people tapping in and hype goes. So I think that the show did an incredible job. I do think that there's some room to improve on some things too, for sure. And I'm really excited to see where they go with season 3. I do have a lot of thoughts on the show. But anyways, we're here for the opening. I just think all those things are like really relevant as far as the artists that they had to just add, like, be a part of the whole moment. So yeah, like I said, this is the opening to the first season. It's called Level. It's by Hiroyuki Sawano and Tomorrow Together, aka TXT. Let's jump into this one.
Can you remember to forget? Little boy who lost the bet. Now I'm raking up the kills. I got to pay the bills, the bills. Be grateful what you get.
Is he saying I got to pay the bills, the bills? Do we have captions on here? Because that's like so much of this, kind of the main plot, especially at the, well, no, throughout the whole show is Jinwoo needing to pay these bills, and that's kind of like so much of his motivation here.
I got to pay the bills, the bills. Be grateful what you get. Is a way to hit reset. Give you more than just a leg of the hook. I've got level. Feeling, all those things are dead. There's no railing, ceiling. Let's get it. So give yourself, you're giving yourself the best shot. You're giving yourself the best shot. What you gotta get, solo, what you gonna get. Swearing, what you never get. Solo, you're giving your best shot. Go reach out and get ya. Gotta go reach out and get ya. Just go reach out and get ya. Gotta reach out for it. Go reach out and get ya. Gotta go reach out and get ya. Just go reach out and get ya. Just get in, get out, get on, do it. Game over, but they give him all the street codes. Little kid,
man, a lot of,
with the bloody nose. Undercover, but he doesn't even read those.
wasn't that the first summon that he got? This is cool. I feel like that they did a good job here of not giving away not really, they're kind of not really giving away anything really as far as the show goes. Like, you're seeing a couple battles, especially a lot of it's happening outside, not this one, but like previously, and that's really not the case with the show. Most of these battles happen within, you know, these dungeons that have their own setting, right? That look like certain areas, but not so much like the streets of where he lives, like that one fight. But yeah, this is the first summons too, but it's not really telling you that that's what's going to happen. It's just like a battle here. And the song is catchy as hell.
Coast, little kitty in the gutter with the bloody nose. Undercover, but he doesn't even read those. The headlines, the headlines. So track, but he hasn't got an echo. Local boy, and he came from a zero. Every battle we can budget, as the power grows and grows. Let's get it.
Oh man, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get these levels up so we can just really like make as much money as we can. But then ultimately it's like just have to save everyone's ass. It turns into something totally different by the end. Okay, that was really fun. The song like really is catchy. The song works alongside just a bunch of fight scenes, which is really what they did there. They showed you like a lot of a few fight scenes with a song that works alongside fight scenes really well. So I think the opening works really well from all those standpoints. I'm going to jump into the ending for season 1. Oh, but it's Request by Krage or Krage. It's Krage.
密閉感慣れすぎた敗者の隠蔽かあと少しまとう戦士私は最低の革命児教えて何が足りないかそんな俺細胞が足りないか鏡にも映せない自分を刈り取ってみる
That's cool.
私よ掴め覚醒を絶望の淵を彩る弱さを塗りつぶして見比べるどんな目が抜け出せない誕生で私が私を壊して掴み取ったものは終わりなきクエスチョン儚きクエスト Next step I requestまだ足りない
Okay, alright, listen, man, that might be the best song I've heard so far. We've heard 3 songs already. The first opening for Jujutsu Kaisen, the first opening for Solo Leveling, and now we've heard the first ending for Solo Leveling. I think this is the best song I've heard. Every song I've heard has been really good so far, and worked well for, like I said, the Jujutsu Kaisen opening was great for playing alongside just kind of like vibing with some characters, right? We're walking down alleys. Fushiguro is doing his inspections and wondering if we should call the animal homies, right? Like just spending some time with some characters. A little panda shot. My guy that, loves woman and best friends. I forgot his name, but I love him. Toto, I think. Yeah. And then, like I said, just music that works really well. Standing along, just chilling with some characters. The Solo Level opening with TXT. Great action music, just great action song, and this was just very overall a great song. It's my favorite song so far. I thought it was the best song, which is funny because it's the ending. This is I don't know, something about this I feel like could live on for a really long time. Is just one of those songs that you remember really well and that represents a universe, and that could be Solo Leveling's representation. I don't know, we'll see. The next song is a heavy hitter as far as who's in the song. And yeah, really they're just going through I know it wasn't a reawakening. I don't know if they ever labeled it anything. I don't think they ever really did, right? I don't remember. It's just him going through the system and stuff, but he never talked to anyone about it. So, yeah, really it's just his after episode 1, I feel like he's in this limbo where he gets knocked, he dies and comes back, and I feel like maybe all of these scenes were him dead and coming back, right? Just whatever he might have gone through, he's in the hospital and stuff, and it all felt very gloomy, but also the music gives you no, but we're coming back to life, and we have a whole arc coming up ahead of us, and it's all very, there's a lot of intensity coming up here, so I really like this song. All right, the Solo Leveling Season 2 opening. I gotta say, I'm really excited for this one. As I mentioned, I have a music reaction channel, reacted to so much damn music over the years. I love me some Lisa, and I love me some Felix of Stray Kids. I love me some Stray Kids, but I really enjoy Felix, particularly he's got that lower growlier type, and he just has a really nice low register in general. So I'm wondering, Lisa's got a bunch of range. I'm wondering how these two are going to work together. They're both such creatives that I'm really excited about what this is going to be potentially. And again, just to include them into the hype of this Solo Leveling show was such a good idea. So yeah, this one's called Arise from the Shadow.
Statue of live body count. Oh, these are the cuts of photos. Yeah, me this one hit no so I give back the light. It give me what I please.
There it is. There it is. Oh. That's iconic. This is iconic right here. Oh my god, man. Wow, speaking of iconic, come on. You have all the... So the song is called The Rise from the Shadow. And I guess that's what, you know, I call them summons. I guess you can also call them shadows, right? You guys correct me on what the actual term is. They're all here. He's got the whole... Not all of them by the end of the show, but like at a certain point, these are several of them. And they're all joining him. And that's definitely a lot of the emphasis of season 2 is how many of those he was acquiring. And I feel like a lot of the songs sort of vibe into that. I think Felix works really well for this because it just like that shot. When you think of shadow, you think darkness. You think arise from a darkness, and he's got like that again super low growlier register that I just feel like gives off the vibes of shadows and darkness. Oh, don't be over. Oh, I forget. Sometimes I like. I feel like I'm probably talking a lot, but this is music reactor me that kicks in with this stuff. This is, and I've been doing this for so long now that music reactor me tends to give a lot of thoughts. And a music reactor me is also like, no, the song has like 2 to 3 more minutes left, right? Because I'm really locking in musically. But then it ends. I'm like, oh no, these are openings, dummy. You're not gonna get like a whole 3 to 4 minute song. They're just openings. A minute plus. That's it. I feel like that one really started to get me hyped towards the end of it. I feel like I was just kind of vibing for the first half, but I feel like as that minute closes and the visuals come together of more and more shadows that he's acquired, summons he's acquired, and then we that was the battle with like the devil guy or whatever his name was, right? And the song really starts to, I don't know, it just feels like it starts to pick up towards the end as far as the hypeness goes, and the preparation of preparing you to be braced for the intensity of what this season is, right? Season 2 of Solo Leveling is so intense, and I feel like the song gives you that as it gets towards the end of the opening. All right, let's watch the ending. Season 2 Solo Leveling ending. This one's called, I correct myself, the first song was called Reawaker, which is what Jinwoo is. So I got the name of the song wrong. The ending is called Unapex. It's by TK from Ling Tosite Sigur. Oh, we're back in the... Oh, shit. Yo! Hold up. Oh my god. Wow, there was no stopping that one. That was the best song I've heard today. That was the best song I've heard today. Both endings, man. This show does not fuck around with the endings. And I love how it was kind of a continuation of the first ending visually. It's still just Jinwoo all by himself. But this was like Jinwoo, like a grown, strong, badass Jinwoo with kind of a little bit less personality, let's be honest. With kind of like with the combination of the younger Jinwoo, the E rank. Was it E rank? You know, whatever the lowest ranking is. Like we have that Jinwoo, who's kind of passing the torch over to like the next Jinwoo, who takes over with all these knights and stuff that join his squad. I thought it was sick because you see the table, and he's eating at the table or drinking at the table, whatever he's doing, and there's a bunch of set places like plates along this long table, almost like all those knights could join him, but instead nobody sat at the table. You see all of them in the hall, in the battle, like see all these tables, and it's almost like these knights are supposed to be here joining him. Kind of represents like kind of how alone he might feel. Instead, they're here ready for battle. Like, we don't got time to sit and eat dinner with you. We're here for battle whenever you need it. I don't know. There's something that gives me that visually about this. And then in another scene, they're all dead, right? But that might have been when he originally summoned him. You see like that crown seat, king seat, whatever you want to call it, that he sits in the actual show when it all happens. So yeah, that was like the end of season 1, going into season 2, if I recall correctly. Again, I thought this whole thing was one season. So that song was incredible. The guitars, the drums, the vocals, the intensity of the whole thing, especially when you're feeling like you're in the head of Jinwoo, which is what both of these endings feel like. Crazy stuff, man. All right. Let's jump into some shows I haven't seen. This was just me, again, going through comments that you guys left me, suggestions for anime openings to check out. So I've actually haven't heard of most of the shows that we're about to run through here. They're like, for example, this one's Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid opening. It says Blue Sky Rhapsody. That, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that show is, but again, it was in comments. So let's see what we got here with this one. Okay, that's already. Dragons. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this an older show? There's something nostalgic about this animation that is really hitting me right in the heart. But I feel like if this was older, maybe I would have heard of it. I'm talking like older, like Sailor Moon, Pokemon era older. I don't think this is from that era. Right? This feels maybe not that old, but also the animations give me that nostalgia. The song is really fun, and I'm living for the visuals. This was a great suggestion. Off the screen. Hold up. What is this show? Okay, I think I'm obsessed. I think I'm obsessed with that. I think I'm obsessed. There's two things I can definitively say about what I just watched. 3 things I can definitively say about what I just watched. 1, I have no idea what this show is about. No idea. There's some people look like half human, half dragon, and otherwise, we're working in an office. at some point somewhere, or we're just working on the computer out of our room. I don't really know. I don't know what's happening. I don't even want to. There's no point guessing. There's just no point. One of the other two things I can say for sure. The other thing I can say for sure is, despite the fact that I have no idea what's going on in the show, the second thing I can say for sure is I need to watch this. Whether it's on the channel, whether it's in my own time, whatever the fuck, I need to watch this. I don't know why. The vibes just seem like the kind of show that you get in bed and you throw on at the end of the night, and you're just like, forget about this awful day I had. It's Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid time. That's the vibe this show gives me, and I live for those kinds of shows. One Punch Man ended up being a show for me like that. It was actually the first anime I ever saw, and it just ended up being a show that I could like throw on at night as I was like after an awful day at the very end of all of it, throw it on and be like, oh my god, yes, it's One Punch Man time. Not that this seems to have anything to do with like these shows don't seem to have any similarities. It just gives me that vibe. The third thing, yeah, the music, catchy as heck, and the animation nostalgic as heck, and all of it just works out with the combo of not having any idea what this could be about to be really appealing to me. Okay, wow, cool, really nice job, guys, with the suggestion. Let's go on to the next one here, as suggested by you. The next opening we're watching is Soul Eater opening, Resonance by TM Revolution. No idea what this is. No idea what this show is. Let's do it. Oh. Oh. Whoa. This is so fun. This is so cool. This is giving kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas vibes a little bit. Not the animation, obviously. This has got like a really bright and dark animation at the same time. I don't really know what to compare this to. I'm not sure I've personally watched anything that I could compare this animation to. It's really cool looking, but yeah, it's also just giving me this Nightmare Before Christmas vibe, just as far as like the Halloween-ness of it all, but more so just like the random, like, created imaginary characterness of it all. Like, what is that, right? You know what I mean? And there was more of that before that, too. Yeah, that thing. What was that thing? It's some cemetery, I guess. But there's windows. What the hell is going on? And then the whatever that was before, like, palace of some sort. Oh my god. Oh! Man, okay, another really great suggestion. This one makes me think a lot. It's like the last one was, what the fuck is this show about? What could this possibly be about? This is different. This is like a, not that I know what it's about, obviously, but there's a lot more sort of like, okay, we're fighting. It's called Soul Eater. Oh, Soul Eater. This show is called Soul Eater, right? Because it says Soul Eater opening. So Soul Eater. We're definitely going after some dark souls of some sort, like some everything we were fighting in there seems like it came out of some, Halloween machine making, like monster making, animated monster making machine of some sort. And it was really cool, each one. Even like the staff that the girl was using to fight with looked like something out of like I don't know, like out of Halloween Town of some sort. It's just really cool stuff, like very dark sort of narrative of everything, with the outfits, some emo outfits a little bit, except for the blue hair guy and the cat person. What the fuck was that? And the music matched all that really well. And the animation was really cool. It kind of pops off the screen a little bit. Again, I don't know what to compare it to. I've only seen a handful of animes, and even like animated shows, I don't even know what like is comparable to this specifically. It kind of feels like its own thing. But it's all like it all very much pops off the screen, and I really like that. And it was just another one that's like really interesting. Everything combined, music, visuals. We're on a roll here. Next up, if you recall, if you watched the first openings reaction video I made, we watched Mob Psycho. I think it was the second opening, I want to say. I'm not 100% sure, again, not familiar with the show, but it wasn't the first one. And I got comments where people suggested that I watch the first one. So we're going to watch the first one. This is Mob Psycho 100 opening, and it says 99, whatever that means. I remember the other one that I watched being very like psychedelic, like video gamey, sort of game showy, just like very trippy, like out of this world type shit. I'm excited to see what they do with the original opening. So the other one I would have watched would have been a follow up to this one. So I'll keep that in mind as I watch the Mob Psycho original experience.
If everyone is not special, maybe you can't be what you want to be. それぞれの答えにつかる。 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121,
What is happening? Not the broccoli again. The broccoli's back. This... Okay. Alright, I'll say this much. I like the song of this one more than the song of the other one. Comparing the Mob Psycho songs. Just the songs. Forget about the visuals. Songs comparison, I like the song more. It felt more like a song. The other one... The other one... The thing is that it still works because the other song, like... Did this... Like... Why you couldn't even put it in a genre, and I feel like that's the same thing with this anime. It feels like there's no putting it in a genre of what because of the visuals. Like the chaos that was the first song I listened to matched the chaos that was the video. This song wasn't as chaotic, even though it had some stuff going on that kind of lingers into the world of chaos a little bit. The video gave me the same vibe as the last video. There's all types of wacky shit going on. It is a visual feast. Like as far as like if you were gonna stop it frame by frame and see what was transitioning into the next thing, like what that broccoli turning into a volcano, whatever the hell happened. There's like a cucumber turning into a person. There's a person's brain exploding, and all this shit comes out of it. I don't even know what. There's just things constantly happening visually, scene to scene to scene to scene to scene, and it's like. If you've never watched the show, it's like, does this happen? Does this stuff go down in the show? There's no way, right? This is just like a visual feast for them to throw on an opening. And then I bet you watch the show and it's nothing like that. It's just like, But then the show's called Mob Psycho. So it probably is got some chaos going on with it, actually. How can it not watching these openings? It did the same thing. It tripped me up. This opening completely tripped me up. Like the last one did. And there, I saw some repeat stuff too. Like I remember the broccoli from the first one. There was like this Titan looking thing in this one that I remember from the last one. There's some characters I remember from the last one. They just did different like kaleidoscope. Like they did instead of that, they did different stuff in this one. This show, I want to know what this show's about. All right, we're gonna go on to the last suggestion from everybody. This is another original. This last one is called Neon Genesis Evangelion. Neon Genesis Evangelion. It is the opening, and yeah, this was uploaded 3 years ago. Never heard of this show, but it was another one again that I saw in comments. So let's jump into this last one we're gonna watch here for this video, guys. Oh, a family tree. I love a family tree. I like that start. The family tree, and then it's like young boy become the legend. He's got something to live up to, right? Okay. Are those naked ass bodies? Or silhouettes? Are there some naked ass silhouettes in the background? What? Hold on. What's going on? What is this? Is like a leveling up system? There's no way for me to know. It's not even. Oh man, okay. Oh my god. Is he... What the hell? What in the escalation? That escalated so much. That escalated. I know this was uploaded 3 years ago, but this also gives me an older nostalgic vibe. Gives me like a 90s vibe. Y'all let me know when this anime occurs. Like, is it only just a couple years ago, or is it like from... This feels like it came like out of the 90s. The song too. And there was like the way the song was produced as well. It's just like, it's got this 90s vibe to it. The song is kind of like, it feels like, because the song never shifts in intensity, and the general vibe of the song is kind of like, yeah, we're on a journey. Young boy, go accomplish this journey. Be who we expect you to be. But it never shifts in the way the video does, right? Like the first half of the video, the first like 30 seconds, we're just slowly sort of looking at like this family tree, young boy. There's these silhouettes of I think they were girls. They were just silhouettes. Then like another one just like sitting there. I don't know what any of that means. And there's a girl looking out of a window, and it's all just like, oh, okay, all right. We have the kind of the start of a quest here, and clearly like this young boy's destined for something. And then we see some sort of chart that looks like the kind of chart you see in like Final Fantasy, where you're leveling up a character and assigning experience points to certain things that you would pick. But I don't know, that might not be what that was. I have no idea. And then all of a sudden it starts flashing to like a different character. It just completely shifts into chaos visually. It really does. And then there's like that dragon monster thing, but then the boy was like appearing from it. And then this show, I feel like, epitomizes a journey. As much like this show's opening, I should say, along with the song, really seems to represent a journey as much as anything else. This kid has got some pressure, some destiny, and he is headed for a journey. And that journey is going to take him to places I feel like none of us could ever imagine, because of this big dragonfly thing that I don't know if that's on our side or if that's who he becomes. This is all a little Sephiroth-like, except the boy seems like he might be a nicer hang than Sephiroth. I don't know. I got questions. Another really good suggestion, because that feels like nothing else I've seen before. The way it's singularly focused on the young boy in the lyrics and the family tree and the destiny of it all. Nothing else I've really watched really does that. Solo Leveling a little bit, but not really. Because of the emphasis on like the shadows and the summons and the stuff. Yeah, what was that one called again? Let's give that one more shout out, because that was interesting. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Again, guys, shout out to you guys for leaving comments and requests and suggestions for more openings. Obviously, half of the videos I watched here were openings as a result of the shows that I've been reacting to. The next batch of openings that I watch won't have any of that because I'll still be watching One Piece. I'll probably still be watching Jujutsu Kaisen, be just about done with it. So maybe I'll watch the second opening actually in the next opening. I'm going to be adding on at least like 2 more shows. So I won't be doing any of those openings. So just like a fresh batch of openings, like we'll watch like 8 to 9 brand new openings that I've never seen in the next batch. So please feel free to leave me suggestions if you would, comments, and I'll take all of those into account for the next video that you guys catch here for openings. In the meantime, stay tuned for those show reactions that I'm going to try and get up here, the edited versions of. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, for supporting these openings videos. It's really cool. I have a really good time with it. Like I said, I have another channel that is my full-time gig here, and I really just wanted to do this for fun. It really was just an opportunity for me to get into some anime and experience it with whoever decided to join me for whatever time that I'm able to commit to this. So the fact that like people are tuning in and, you know, hanging out with me here and enjoying the experience, it really means a lot to me. Like it really, really does. So just a shout out to y'all for being a really dope community. It's been really welcoming so far. And I'll see y'all for the next anime reaction, openings reaction, whatever y'all decide to join me for. I'll appreciate it.